Garrett Wilson, Jets trade rumors. Good Lord, this is the season from hell, for Pete's sake. We'll get into all of it, including Garrett Wilson's comments with the media. Let's go.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
I made it clear that my intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
You're fucking dysfunction!
Good morning, everybody. I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. And we will get into Garrett Wilson's comments and the latest insider nuggets that suggest that Garrett Wilson will ask for a trade after this season and all that other hoopla. We'll give you all the dirty details on that. However, I'd like to start off today's show by saying goodbye to my grandmother. She passed away yesterday. Basically a year apart, a little more than that. I lost my grandfather and my grandmother. Hop on pop, both of his parents. And, you know, what I like to do on this show is be very transparent. I'm very straight with you guys. I don't hold a lot back. I just kind of lay it all on the table and allow you to observe or judge or say what you want about things. I'm kind of a straight shooter from that perspective. I'm a very open book. And I just want to say to my grandmother that I love her and I miss her. And difficult, tough. We all have losses, so I think a lot of people can relate and resonate in things of that nature. So I want to start off the show by saying goodbye to my grandmother. And you always see him, my grandfather. He's up here, always try to always have him in camera shot here. It's my father, my grandfather, myself, and then my first child, Zariah Luna, who you guys hear when Super Chats come in. And the sole reason I'm a Jets fan is because of my grandfather calling me the Jet when I was a kid and doing the Jet chant with me. We lost him last year, right before the Week 6 Jets-Eagles upset, which I still am convinced that was my grandfather pulling a fast one and pulling all the strings up there to allow a Jets victory, you know, in a game that everyone said they didn't have a chance. And, so he's the reason I'm a Jets fan, and I used to visit my grandparents in Ohio every summer. That's where my parents dropped us off, and there's all kinds of magical, cool memories. I'm sure all of us have memories of our grandparents and stuff. So it's brutal to lose them. Absolutely brutal. But I appreciate all the kind words. People have been saying all kinds of wonderful things on social media. I haven't responded to anyone yet. I just kind of wanted to write something and put it out there in the universe for myself. And but I appreciate everyone that has said wonderful things. That means a lot. That means a lot. So thank you very much. So shout out. My father is still set to join us on Saturday. So tomorrow. Yeah, today's Friday, I guess. I'm losing track of all the days. But happy holidays to everyone. And my message would just be, hold your loved ones tight. You just never know, man. You just never know. Enjoy everyone. After you watch Boy Green Daily, give your parents a call. Give your grandparents a call. Like I said, you'll never regret calling them too much. Let me just say that. With that being said, let's get into some goofy Jet stuff. One of the big reasons I do what I do here, both at the radio station and here, is I like providing a distraction for people. It allows us to put our stuff aside and goof around and yell and talk about all kinds of stuff with the Jets. It's a good distraction for people that have all kinds of things going on in their lives, and that's always something I've enjoyed that this show and my radio show and other things can provide. So let's get into it. Garrett Wilson trade rumors. Good Lord. To me, I think a lot of people are overreacting. We have all kinds of doom and gloom business where people, I think, for the last couple of months have been prognosticating since the Garrett Wilson passionate conversations with Aaron Rodgers during training camp in the offseason, where people have said, oh boy, this guy's going to request a trade, wide receiver, divas, drama, but they're not saying it with any fact. It's all speculative. It's all connecting dots and things. And making those kinds of grandiose statements about, oh, he's going to do this, oh, he's going to do that. Now, let's hear from Garrett Wilson first. This is Garrett Wilson yesterday. It's about a minute and a half, but there's a good back and forth here that I think is important to see and react to and everything of that nature. Garrett Wilson was asked straight up, we'll start off with that one, if the Jets approached him with a contract extension this offseason, would he want to be here long term? And the first words out of Garrett Wilson's mouth has sparked and fueled a lot of those trade rumors. Here we go.
If the Jets approach you about a contract extension, would you like to stay here long term?
I don't know, man. I just figure I just do whatever, whatever, go about my day, however, be where my feet at, And if they do it, I would be a blessing. That'd be awesome. I love the Jets. At the end of the day, they were the ones that believed in me. So, But yeah, I can't be worrying about all that. Just going to finish these 3 games the right way. But I don't know, man. I can't be looking into all that right now,
But do you kind of need to see who's here too? Because the guys who believe in you, who drafted you and all that stuff, they're gone. Do you kind of need to see?
No, I don't need to see nothing. The Jets team that believed in me and all. So just being where my feet at. I'm not going to really speak on all that. Just being where my feet at, going about these 3 games the right way. I want to win. I want to win to finish out this season and feel good about it going into the off season and as good as we can. And that's where my focus is at.
Will the head coach or GM or quarterback have any bearing on your future?
But I ain't gonna really speak on all that. Just worry about what we got going on right now these last 3 weeks. As I said. So who we got this weekend? The Rams. Worry about the Rams. We got my dog, Coach LaFleur, coming in here. I'm excited to see him. Excited to chop it up with him, and hopefully we, give them help.
And here's the thing I want to say. So again, a lot of people reacted to those first 3 words where, hey, Garrett, if the Jets approach you with a contract, would you like to stay here long term? The first 3 words were, I don't know. And Jet fans like, oh, geez, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? They wanted Garrett to say, I am going to live and die a Jet. Green and white, baby. Woo! That's what Jet fans wanted him to say. He didn't say it. And you want to know why he didn't say it? It's because of leverage, people. Leverage. If he came out and said, I want to be a Jet till I'm dead, well, when they're all speaking at the negotiation table this offseason, Jets go, so you just want to be a Jet, huh? Maybe we could get you for a sweetheart deal. We could get you for a little less if you want to be here and try to do all kinds of crazy stuff. Garrett Wilson and his agent have said, hey, man, you just deflect, like say nothing burgers, and I'll get you. Your agent turns around and says, I'll get you your deal, baby. I'll get you your deal. Now, what people are not talking about, which is kind of interesting. So he said, I don't know. There was a direct question. Hey, would you like to stay here long term? I don't know. That a lot of people ran with that. And that's true. He did say that. I can't hide that he didn't say that. But he also said this in that same answer. Again, I have an article coming out in a little bit on this. Quote, if they do, referencing the Jets offering him a contract extension, that would be a blessing. That would be awesome. I love the Jets. At the end of the day, they were the ones that believed in me. So, yeah, but I can't be worrying about all that. Just got to finish these 3 games the right way. He was also asked, you heard some of those follow-up questions there. The regime that drafted you is no longer here. And also, will it matter the next GM, the next head coach, and maybe the next quarterback if Aaron Rodgers isn't brought back? Will that affect your decision? And basically, he gave a bunch of word salad where I'm going to be where my feet are at. I'm not going to speak and all that, etc. Let me answer that question. Of course it matters. Of course it matters. If they hire an Adam Gase, okay, and the NFL world is making fun of it, I'm sure that would affect Garrett Wilson. Like, what are we doing? So who they hire at head coach, who they hire at GM, and what they do at the quarterback, of course it will affect Garrett Wilson. It'd be crazy if it didn't affect Garrett Wilson and his decision-making long-term. Of course it does. What are we talking about here? Obviously. Yes. Obviously, it would affect him. So, but it is what it is. Folks, there is a lot of, and let me read you, I guess, the other thing that sparked a lot of stuff this week. Rich Cimini had this to say, quote, I've talked to people in Garrett Wilson's circle. They think, now I want to emphasize, this is speculation on their part. They think he, Garrett Wilson, will ask for a trade after the season. Again, comes with the conversation with the New York Jets, or any team for that matter. Receivers request trades all the time. And you want to know something? Just because a receiver requests a trade does not mean you have to trade him. And you want to know something? Here's what I think is going to happen. Even if Garrett Wilson was to request a trade, which, by the way, has not happened. It has not happened in any light. But even if he did, I imagine if the Jets put on the table, blank check, slide it across, and say, hey, Garrett, here's a brand new contract that's worth somewhere in the ballpark of $30 million per year for the next 4 or 5 years. Here you go. Here is life-altering money for you, your children, and everyone else in your life. Whoop! I imagine Garrett Wilson's going to sign on the dotted line. Because here's why. For people that say, well, maybe he doesn't want to be with the Jets long-term. Maybe he wants to be somewhere else. My question to those people, is Garrett Wilson willing to risk it to get the biscuit? What do I mean by that? Garrett Wilson is under contract at a bare minimum for 2025. But the Jets, in early May, the new regime, the easiest thing they're going to do is accept the 5th-year option on Garrett Wilson because he's awesome. So then, once they do that, the Jets will have Garrett Wilson's control for at least 2 seasons, 2025 and 2026. Here's more. The Jets could franchise tag Garrett Wilson 3 additional times after that. So, quite frankly, the Jets hold Garrett Wilson's rights without Garrett Wilson doing a gosh darn thing for 5 years. 5 years. 2 years on the rookie contract with a 5th-year option, and 3 years after that with the franchise tag. Now, the Jets shouldn't push it that far. That'd be silly, because then you're just going to frustrate your young receiver. But the Jets hold the cards. People trying to hold out and do all kind of craziness on the rookie contract get lit up like a Christmas tree. Hey, look what happened to Brandon Ayuk before he got his deal. Eventually, the 49ers threatened him at the end, saying, hey, man, if you don't show up, we're going to put you on this non-exempt list, and you're not going to play football this year, and you're not going to get paid. It's going to turn into this whole shish kebab. So I just want to lay out a couple of those points. The first move by the next GM should be to back up a Brinks truck to Garrett Wilson's house and lock him in long-term. So anyone that's saying trade rumors or this, that, or the other, it's all speculation. It's all hoopla. It's all doom and gloom. It's all people overreacting and freaking out. Do the Jets stink right now? Yes. Their record sucks. Their record has sucked in 13 of the last 14 seasons, outside of 2015 when they were 10-6. Their record has stunk. Their offense, for the most part, over that generation of time, has sucked. So I understand Garrett Wilson's frustrated. He had that outburst, apparently, in the Jaguars game. Of course he did. And he explained it in an earlier part of the press conference. He wants to score a touchdown every time. I want people who want to score a touchdown every time, that are not merely satisfied with lackluster results. I want Garrett Wilson to be this ultra competitor. And sometimes when you get that passion, you get the good passion and the bad passion. If you want to reference it in good and bad, evil, hero this or villain this, if you want to call it good passion or bad passion, I appreciate all the passion. Passion is real. Garrett Wilson is one of the realest guys on this team. He is genuine. He puts it all out there. I respect that. That's how I am. I like just laying it out there. There's no bullshit. Garrett Wilson is a straight shooter. To me, I hope the first decision, is locking him in long term. And there it is from Hep. Garrett Wilson is a high character competitor. Watch a Jets special on him. He is special. Absolutely special. Taylor says Woody should buy G5 some ice as a show of good faith. Sure, I don't care. And yes, we have not done a show yet. I'll save that for my father. That should be interesting. We'll do all the Madden rating Woody Johnson stuff. We'll do that tomorrow with my dad. There's a lot to unpack there. So, unbelievable. That's also true. Taylor String says, who is he going to ask for a trade? We don't have a GM. That's a good point. Taylor String says, no 5th year. Go ahead and extend him. Well, that's an option. You can accept it and extend it. And you'd want to accept it because the number for Garrett Wilson's 5th year option is much cheaper than what the long-term deal will be. I don't have it directly in front of me, but it's like $16 million and change, if I remember off the top of my head correctly, for Garrett. Why wouldn't you want a cheap year of Garrett Wilson for $16 million? Work that into the deal, and instead of it being like a 4-year deal, a 5-year deal, or a 5-year deal, a 6-year deal, 100% I'm accepting that 5th year option, baby. So, yeah, I got no problems with old G-Dub. Garrett Wilson's going to get the contract. No, G-Dub does not have a kid. I'm just saying if he were to have children, they would all be generationally taken care of for a long time. I don't believe he has any children. I don't even know if he has a girlfriend, but I don't know that deep into his life, so I don't know. But no. So anywho, long story short, it's a bunch of speculation. It's a bunch of bullshit. He's going to get paid. The Jets would be crazy not to pay him, to be honest with you. He has proven to be a dynamic player. He is like whatever it is, 60 yards away or 20 yards away. I don't even have it in front of me anymore. But of getting a 1,000-yard season, that's happening on Sunday against the Rams. He's about to get his third straight 1,000-yard season. I believe Rich Meany said he'd be the first receiver to start his career with 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons with the Jets, like 60-some-odd years or something crazy. He's about to become only the 5th or 6th receiver that started his first 3 seasons with 80-plus catches and 1,000 yards. He already has over 80 catches, and he's about to get to 1,000 yards on Sunday. He's a historic player. He's one of the most talented Jets receivers we've ever had. Now, is he ever going to get into the category of a Don Maynard? I feel like some Jet fans say, oh, yeah, he's going to be the best receiver of all time. Calm down, young buck. Don Maynard's one of the greatest receivers of all time. He has a bust in Canton, Ohio. I saw it when I was there back in August. Look at his individual seasons. Look at his longevity. Garrett Wilson's great, but let's not put him in the Don Maynard category yet. Let's let the young man earn his stripes. But Garrett Wilson is gosh darn talented, and I'd love for him to be here forever. Let's do this. Let's flip the switch, baby. The Boy Green Emoji contest and raffle giveaway is live and popping. And boy, did we have a lot of action on the show yesterday, which we appreciate. And again, there's always the information in the scrolling ticker if you haven't heard of this, but I'll explain it real quick for you guys. Every gifted membership here on the channel or super chat equivalent, every Boy Green Coffee Club membership is $2.99. Like I said, I try to make it affordable for you guys. I like for people that want to support the show can support it in an affordable way. It's only $2.99 per month. So if you can't gift membership, some people have problems with iPhones and Androids and all this. It's $2.99 per raffle ticket. So you could do it in that way with PayPal or Venmo at BoyGreen25. That's Boy, B-O-Y, Green, the color, Green 25 on PayPal and Venmo if you prefer that means of sending it in. Or you could super chat it in here on YouTube and we'll add it up and make sure you get it. So for every membership you gift, you get one raffle ticket to our end of the month giveaway. We'll be doing it on January 1st. There in early January after the month of December has wrapped up, and we'll reveal that winner. And that winner will get a prize pack that includes a Hall of Famer's New York Jets jersey, some autograph merch, and some other stuff from my personal Jets collection here. You will be quite satisfied, whoever that lucky individual is that wins the raffle. Now, whoever gifts the most memberships this month, because we're keeping track of it, they will win a custom emoji from Snowball that will be available here on the channel. If that person already has an emoji created, they can have a second one. Hey, be an ego monster as far as I'm concerned. That's probably what I would do. Or you could gift it to somebody else that you think is more deserving that's gone under the radar, perhaps. With that being said, here's a quick update on the leaderboard. Chef Kevin Gilbert is our number one gifter so far this month. 37 memberships gifted. We have number one Austrian Jet fan who's in here at 34 gifted memberships. Floor Lillian Big D has jumped into the conversation. 30 gifted memberships. FL Phil 98, one behind that. 29 gifted memberships. We have... let's see, MFC, Mother Effing Chew, with 23 gifted memberships. And those are a bunch of people in the top, but you can, of course, always jump into the mix as well. So keep the train rolling, baby. And the one thing I would say to everyone who's out there, and I've made this comment a few times, if you're out there and you're a supporter of the show and you have the financial means to do so, I would at least attempt to do one raffle ticket, because if you have one, you have a chance. The people that have gifted more have a better chance, but hey, don't you want to say, well, you never know. So again, it's only $2.99. Keep an eye on that. And just with that being said, J-Boy, baby, with a 5-pack special. Alrighty. We love to see it. All right, let's read the 5 latest members to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. And we'll also get to your member super chat shout-outs that I may have missed just a mere second ago. So I will do that as well here on the channel. Let's update the leaderboard for old J-Boy in here, who's up to 13 gifted memberships so far this month. Hey, J-Boy, we see it. And that is, of course, also 13 raffle tickets as well. So we love that. I also see this. We have, who is this? Number 1 Austrian Jet fan, baby. All right, let's go. Let's throw another one on top of the pile. Number 1 Austrian Jet fan getting closer and closer to Chef Kevin Gilbert. Number 1 Austrian Jet fan at 35. Chef Kevin Gilbert at 37. Ooh, spicy at the top of the leaderboard there from a competitive standpoint. Okie dokie. I see that. All righty. All right, here we go. J-Boy and number 1 Austrian Jetman gifted memberships here. So we have DF, you were gifted. Frank Blau, Georgie, Aaron Daniels, OG Jet fan Jim, and Golden Arms. You guys were all gifted memberships from the combination of J-Boy and number 1 Austrian Jet fan, baby. Also, let me make sure I get to this. I saw we had some super chat member shout outs from earlier. Let me make sure I get to that. All right, one boy. Here's a J-Boy. Okay, every time we get a super chat of any version, we hear from my daughter, Zariah Luna.
Wow.
J-Boy, the way he heard the Garrett Wilson comment was, I heard, I don't care about money right now, I want to win. And that's what I heard too, J-Boy. Another great comment. Garrett Wilson's like, why am I having an off-season conversation right now? We got 3 games left. Let's go. I heard that too. Now, I understand the media's perspective because Garrett Wilson is not as readily available in the offseason. He's on his own time, so he doesn't have to have regularly scheduled media appearances once the season is over. So the media is trying to ask their questions before he departs this offseason, so I understand that. But I also understand Garrett Wilson's answer of like, come on, guys, what are we talking about? So I like that going full circle. Shout out J-Boy. Shout out our number 1 Austrian Jet fan. Thank you very much. Again, we're going to get into this tomorrow. Come on, people. Danny Real Life comments in on Twitter. Brick Johnson's going to see what he could get for Garrett in franchise mode, which is funny. That got me to laugh. But come on, people. What are we doing here? Come on. Do you really think, come on, there has to be like a BS meter, right? There's no bleeping way that Woody Johnson, Madden ratings affected this. So that the Madden ratings thing was a thing. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And then that Joe Douglas, okay, called the Broncos. Hey, Denver, geez, sorry, we can't do the deal. Woody's not satisfied with the Jerry Jeudy Madden rating. It was reported that not only that Woody was affected by all those Madden ratings, and then the awareness rating on John Simpson, that's crazy, and then that Joe Douglas took that information and told the Denver Broncos about the Madden stuff. There's no way, man. We can all say the Jets may be dysfunctional. We could say Woody might be off his rocker. There's no bleep. I don't believe that. There's no chance. That's really true. I like Zach Rosenblatt, and I know you guys have opinions on Diana Routine. I've never had her on the show, but we've communicated in the past. There's no way, man. Come on, man. I saw that. I'm like, what? What is this? That's unbelievable. That has me crying. Oh, shout out Dakota. 30th birthday today. Okay, you're a young guy. You're a young person. I'm 31. I turned 32 in April. I'm getting up there. But happy 30th birthday. 30. That's a big one. That is a big one. You're getting up there. I'm getting old. But I can't believe it. Come on, man. With these Madden bullshit. What are we talking about? That one apparently was true. Here's Chef Kevin Gilbert, Fastest Food Reviews. How about Woody telling the locker room Mike White sucks? So apparently, this was after the Seattle game where the Jets get eliminated from playoff contention. They showed zero signs of life out there in Seattle. Their season was on the line, and that was a classic Robert Saleh didn't have his team ready to go, and they lose out in Seattle. Brutal, painful game where they never had a chance. I think they lost like 24-6, if I remember correctly. Anywho, so Mike White goes in the locker room, slams his helmet down, and hits the showers. And Woody says something to the effect of, yeah, you should slam your helmet down. You bleeping suck. I think he said, you fucking suck. Apparently, the locker room heard that. It got back to Mike White. And then Woody had to apologize to Mike White. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean that, or whatever he said. Because, some of the Athletic had, I'm trying to, I don't want to call them accusations, but I guess so the Athletic had a long list of shit that they accused Woody Johnson of, like from they didn't trade the Mr. Irrelevant pick. They traded a worse pick because they wanted the title of Mr. Irrelevant and this, that, or the other. So they accused him of a lot of stuff. There was a Jets spokesperson. So Woody Johnson refused to comment on the story. So they reached out to him. He said, I'm good, thanks. He didn't comment. But a Jets spokesperson responded to some of the things. You'll see it in the Athletic as they're like, hey, the Jets did this. But a Jets spokesperson responded with this to either confirm that the thing actually happened or go to a different part. And it's fun. So the Mike White one apparently was true because the spokesperson said Woody Johnson apologized to Mike White, but that is what the bleep. Here's a couple of things that I think are off base and should not happen. Woody Johnson shouldn't be yelling, "You bleep and suck." That's not very professional in the locker room setting where players are there and stuff. I get it. When you're the operator, and this is going to sound condescending maybe, but to a rich white guy in Woody Johnson, this is his toy, which are the Jets. It's his toy that he plays with, and he wants him to win, all this other stuff, I'm sure. But so he's the boss. He can do whatever the hell he wants, I guess. But some things I would try to kind of clean up. Berating players in the locker room. Yeah, that'd be on my list. Woody's kids being there with their friends and they are berating Jets players, or they're berating them in another room that they can overhear, like this guy sucks or this guy's good or that. That's unprofessional. A locker room is a very sacred place. It certainly was back in my day, and even more so, obviously, at the NFL level. Guys are walking around naked. I mean, it's a vulnerable place. There shouldn't be kids walking around in there. There shouldn't be unprofessionalism of children. Woody Johnson's kids are not, or their friends, which was also reported. None of that bullshit should be happening. That's completely unprofessional. So the Woody Johnson bullshit berating Mike White's unprofessional. Having the kids in the locker room like that is unprofessional. Again, people are walking around naked. I was Jets Browns of the Hall of Fame game. Everyone's naked in there. They're just doing their business in the locker room. I mean, people should not just be in there doing whatever the hell they're in there for. I mean, come on, what are we doing here? So I think that's a lot of unprofessional. That's a lot of unprofessionalism happening there. Yeah, it's the same thing Chef Kevin Gilbert said. Unprofessional out of line. Woody's a wannabe Jerry Jones. Stay your ass away. Yeah, the perfect world is, as they were kind of talking about social media, is you have a rich owner who just kind of hires the right people in the right place and then just kind of enjoys the product, goes to the games, doesn't really interfere, just does their own thing. But, yeah, this report can't be good for the Jets. That's for sure. This is good for the public perception. That's certainly the Jets were getting dunked on all day yesterday. And, man, just as Jet fans, as a quick aside, good Lord, if I wrote a year in review for the Jets from Hassan Reddick to, from the Hassan Reddick thing to Woody Johnson's kids to the Mike White to the Aaron Rodgers and the Egyptian and the this and that. I mean, you wouldn't believe the story that is the Jets season. I mean, I'm the Devontae Adams trade. This is one of the craziest years of all time, and we're 4-10, man. Unbelievable. Oh, the Jets. I always keep it interesting, I guess. The fact that Athletic story should have been probably the top thing we're talking about on the show. But it wasn't, because I'm wow, we do have this Garrett Wilson thing we're going to talk about. There was so much content. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a friggin' show. All right, why don't we do this? There's more comments to answer and things of that nature. And like I said, more membership action to happen. So keep that rolling, whether it's Super Chats or memberships coming in here. We got a couple hundred people in the room here, baby. I appreciate it. Let's do this. Let's play a quick Hep song. We'll open up the phone lines next, right here on the show. Let's go here on a Football Friday.
Boy green daily, boy green daily, boy green daily. Talking just football, man. Boy green daily, boy green daily, Fighting daily. The New York Jets Football Club. Wow. Offense, defense, special teams. Watch the Super Bowl season with Boy Green. Jets, Jets. Boy.
Appreciate Hep there, baby. He's one of the best. And also, I'll just throw this one out there. I love this FL Phil song. It's gotten rave reviews. Let's throw this one out there.
Well, we're sitting here where we've been sitting before, wondering why we keep taking more. And if you know why, won't you please share the reason with me? We start every season full of anticipation, hoping it don't end in frustration, but the football gods just won't ever let us be. We are the fans of a team called the New York Jets, and being one of them leaves you full of regret, and we ain't been happy since we won frickin' Super Bowl III. We need change. Now that folks have been fired, we need change. Someone to get us inspired and pray they'll turn it around just as quick as can be. So here's to next year, let's believe we can win. Here's to next year, start all over again. Let's keep smiling, 'cause you know there's always next year. Yeah, keep on smiling, 'cause you know there's always next year.
There he is, FL Phil 98, baby. One of the best, one of the GOATs of all time. And that is beautiful. All right, let's do this. Let's jump on over to the phone lines, baby. Phone lines are open. That is youtube.com/boygreen25. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, we appreciate that. But if you'd like to call into the show and interact with the program, liking the video, subscribing, and jumping on, has to hop on over here to YouTube. That's a pinned comment. Let's go over there. We got our guy, Johnny Boy, here on the program. Good morning, Johnny.
Boy Green, what's going on, man? Hey, first and foremost, bro, just my deepest, condolences to you and your
Thank
pops and your whole family and everything, man. Tough, man, especially during the season, the holiday season and all that. So, just wanted to just say that, bro. Cause,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I was also very close with my grandparents, so I hear you, man. You guys are in my prayers and everything as well, bro. So,
thank you. I appreciate that.
Just to kind of piggyback off of the whole Rossini and then the Garrett conversation. Rossini, I think she's upset because David Wright left her, and because he's a great time Met, and it rhymes with Jet. So she's like, I'm gonna go ahead and just make shit up and go from there. So
so she dated David Wright. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, man. D Wright. He hit it and quit it, bro.
There you go.
So,
go captain, my captain.
That's what she was saying. So
they know.
Hey, but the Garrett Wilson stuff, man.
Yeah.
The interview that he did yesterday. I think it was more of like a oh crap, like I can't believe you asked me this. And he's like trying to, think about it. And he was processing the question itself and being like, oh, I don't know. But the second piece of it, when he's pretty much like, it would be a big blessing and all that. I think that for me, I was like, all right, this dude wants to be a Jet. Plus, what he did on his Twitter feed, on his Twitter profile.
I missed that.
Jets,
what happened there? Someone said something about it, but I didn't catch it.
Yeah, he put Jets till the wheels fall off. So.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay. I got to look at that.
Yeah, he put Jets and then TTWWO, and that's till the wheels fall off.
I didn't know that. So. Okay, now I've got to get hip with all these, kid lingo things. So yeah, I have it in here. NYJet TTWFO, and you said that's till the wheels fall off. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
love that. That's cool,
bro. I'm on the same thing, man. I had to hit up my little sister and be like, "Yo, what does this mean?"
Yeah,
that's when she told me that. So I was like, "All right, bet." But
and that's a new addition. People are saying like he didn't have that on his Twitter before.
Yeah, I believe he didn't have it.
Okay.
He put that on, I believe, like after the whole stuff started coming on.
Oh, I like that. Okay, cool. That's good. All right, great.
He's a good dude, man. And anybody that's talking about him and the way he acts on the sideline and stuff like that, he's a passionate player, man. And he's a wide receiver. And you know how wide receivers are, right? Sure. Like, I want somebody that wants to score a touchdown every single time they can and stuff like that. Because if not, then what are we doing?
Exactly.
And then the whole Rossini stuff, man, like we're 4-10. the New York Jets are still relevant within the news right now. We're
Yep.
being talked. What other team is being talked about all over ESPN,
Right.
all over all the stuff like that? I mean, the Pat McAfee, Ryan Clark beef with Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers
boy.
right now that's going on and
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's an unfortunate situation, but hey, it keeps money in the pockets of Woody Johnson and all that. And I just think that something needs to be said, like, to them and all that, right? And when you have Brian Costello come out and is being the voice of reasoning after that receding, then we're falling on hard times right now as a Jets organization, man. So it is what it is, bro. But anyways, I just wanted to come on here real fast and just give my condolences to you guys and stuff like that as well, man. So you're my prayers, bro. Pop Dukes too, man. So go Jets. And yeah, we're beating the Rams. We're beating the Rams.
Yeah, that's it, baby. Sure are.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I did. Peace, bro.
Appreciate it, Johnny. Thank you. Yeah, I got a bet going on. If you watched the show yesterday, my 3:00 show, I got a Rams buddy I've known for a long time, and we just did a bet. If the Jets win, he has to buy a Jets mini helmet and autograph it. We're going to display it here forever, that bastard. But if somehow the Rams win, I have to buy him a stupid Rams helmet and sign it Boy Green, and then he's going to display it. He does like Ram shows like Boy Green Daily, basically, in a different way. So, yeah, I believe, baby. I believe we are getting what is going to be happening. So can't wait. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Got plenty of people waiting here. Let's go to Easy here on the show. What's up, Easy?
Hey, I am so sorry for your loss, man.
Thank
That's
you.
first and foremost.
Yeah.
Yesterday we went to my sister's house. It was my mom's 91st birthday, and thank God she's in great health and she's independent and everything. But it could turn at any time when you're that age. So I understand what you're going through, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah. So just hold on to your loved ones, people. Like I said, you just never know.
Yeah, life is not a dress rehearsal. You get one shot at it, so do it the right way.
Amen.
In the meantime, on today's breakfast menu.
Oh, sure. Well, what do we got here? Oh, wow. Okay. That looks similar to the Western, but it looks like we have green peppers this time instead of red peppers.
Yeah. I didn't want to. I saved myself 50 cents on a pepper.
Oh, nice. Okay. Do you do any seasoning with that, or do you just have it straight?
Man, just Virginia ham and some peppers and onions. This time I cut up a fresh onion. I didn't use the frozen ones.
Oh, okay.
It should be delicious.
Oh, nice.
4 eggs.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's a scramble is the same as an omelet. It's just that pan has a little bit of issues. It doesn't slide real good, so I just scramble it. It's cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, I made a comment earlier about Garrett Wilson. He's got this wait and see attitude because if they turn things around, he'll be more than happy to stay here. Because who wants to play their career for a dumpster fire? Would you?
Well, how much am I getting paid? I mean,
Still, do you want to
No,
lose every time
of course
and be
not.
miserable and have the reporters up your ass and all that? This is a game. When it comes down to everything, when all is said and done, it's a kid's game.
Yeah.
And the reason they played it in high school and junior high and pee-wee football was not because of money. They played it because they liked football.
Well, that's the Salah line. He says we play a kid's game at a king's ransom. That was his line. Said all the time. Yeah.
But still, you don't want to lose all the time. It takes the fun out of it.
Of course not. Yeah, I would want to win championships. That would be important to me.
Who wants to lose all the time? And even winning championships all the time is not great because then you can't appreciate it if you win all the time. And I saw a posting about Joe Namath, and people were bashing Joe Namath and saying, "Oh, he wasn't as good as this guy. He wasn't as good as that guy. He wasn't as good as Tom Brady." And this and that. Listen, if Tom Brady played before 1990, he'd have never survived.
Yeah, I was about to say different eras. All the people that cherry pick, because I hear a hot take people have is Joe Namath should be removed from the Pro Football Hall of Fame because they look at the stats, and I just say, come on, man. What are we talking
Dude,
about?
I'm 64, okay?
Yeah.
I've been watching football since I was a kid. They used to maul the receivers going downfield.
Sure.
There was virtually no pass interference. There was bump and run. I mean, there was no hitting a defenseless receiver. There was no roughing the passer. There was no penalty for hitting below the knees, the quarterback. There's none of that stuff.
Yeah.
You didn't throw a flag if a quarterback got tackled on a sack. That was ridiculous. That's football.
Right. Tom Brady's or he's retired now, but he was so protected, like in a different way than Namath was, that poor bastard. So,
I remember watching the New York Giants playoff game against the San Francisco 49ers. Jim Burt, the nose tackle for the Giants, hit Joe Montana so hard his grandkids were born dizzy.
Jesus.
If you ever get to see that play, I mean, he hit him straight on, full force, and landed on top of him and buried him into the turf. That was like 3 penalties on 1 tackle in today's game.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
So I can see when guys like Terry Bradshaw and all these guys, they used to get destroyed. And that's why Bradshaw is one of the greatest quarterbacks I ever saw. Because these guys got killed out there. I mean, literally killed. And you didn't see him going, looking at the ref going, where's my flag? Their own lineman would have slapped them in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
different eras.
Grown men playing. And they didn't make millions of dollars. They made maybe $200,000 a year. And they had to bag groceries in the off season. I mean, these were football players. They played it for the love of the game. I mean, the money was good, but they played it for the love of the game.
Which gets lost on us a lot nowadays.
I mean, a lot of these players. First off, let me say this.
Okay.
You and we both played football in high school.
Yes, sir.
To play football in the National Football League is a privilege.
Absolutely,
it's an honor. You're the best 3,500 players in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get into that league, even if you're on the practice squad, that means you're better than anybody in the CFL.
Correct. Yeah, right.
So, I mean, these guys, they give up their bodies, but it ain't nothing like it was when these guys played, even earlier than Strahan. Even earlier than Strahan. I'm talking from LT, the Lawrence Taylor back.
Yeah.
Jack Lambert, when he played for the Steelers, he had like no teeth left. He wasn't even a huge guy, but he played like a guy that was 6'9", 500 pounds. He was a monster. He scared the shit out of people. Someone asked him where he was from. He said, Buzzard Breath, Wyoming. I mean, that tells you all you need to know.
Wow.
He was from Buzzard Breath, Wyoming.
That's specific. I've never heard of that place. I'm not sure if I ever want to visit, but
I mean, there was a Monday Night Football game, and they showed a picture of one of the guys on the, I think it was on the Oakland Raiders, and a bald-headed guy, and steam was rising from his head.
In the cold,
And I think Don Meredith said he's from the University of Mars or something like that. It was crazy.
I love that.
Oh my God, that's when football was football. When everybody was playing on the frozen tundra. The ice ball. I mean, could you imagine playing in Minnesota at Memorial Stadium in Minnesota in the dead of winter?
Those were the good old days, Easy. Those are the good old days. By the way, I see in the comment section, people wanted some fast food reviews for EZ, and Fastest Food Reviews, a.k.a. Chef Kevin Gilbert, gave us his take here. It's scrambled eggs with veggies. As long as it's seasoned, I'm with it, but I need toasted bacon plus cheese in my eggs. Chef Kevin Gilbert is an advanced species. No basic stuff here. He needs to take it to another level. So, there you go. Everyone was asking for the Fastest Food Review, and we just got it. Easy just showed us his what's going on in the pan, and boom, Fastest Food Reviews, a.k.a. Chef Kevin Gilbert, just gave it to us. Interesting. All right, I like it. Yeah, you got to get some spices in there. That's that's what I'm saying. Fastest Food Reviews says, I'm not Gordon Ramsay. Easy's good with me. You went to Ted U. LOL. Like that. Okay, very nice. Yeah. That's up there. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. Okay, we got. Let's see. What why not? Let's get them both on the show. We have NYJKO and Neil both here on the show at the same time. Booyah!
What's up, guys?
Good morning. Good morning.
What's poppin'? What's on everyone's minds here? Let's go. Good morning.
Having my breakfast of champions. I'm on a crystal and a chock full of nuts.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's a great diet.
Send my condolences, Paul. But,
thank you, NYJ.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, definitely. But I want to piggyback off what Johnny said as far as the Garrett Wilson situation.
Yeah.
Listen, I met Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's a cool dude, man. Like, and you want a fiery guy like that. It's like, come on, like, look at the talent we have. We should be a top 10 offense easily.
We should be.
We shouldn't be. Come on, we shouldn't be struggling with Aaron Rodgers in the red zone. We should be cashing every time. And it's like Garrett Wilson is open. He's open all the time, literally.
Yeah.
And
he's like 7-Eleven, New York KO. He's 7-Eleven.
That's it. Always open. Yeah, I like that.
He really is, man. It's like I'm like, yo, bro, throw him the ball. I understand. Listen, I'm not knocking the report with him and Devontae Adams, but look, you got another stud opposite of him. Use him.
Yeah, spread the love. Yeah, I'm all for it.
Listen, man, like, think about it. Just like if Garrett Wilson was on a team, let's say like the Vikings, do you know what him and Jefferson would be doing defensive backs not week in and week out with a quarterback?
I mean, look at Jordan Addison. He's been eating with JJ on the other side.
And Jordan Addison's not better than Garrett Wilson. This is
no, definitely not. No, right,
so
right.
Come on,
that's
it's
the
like,
point.
come on, bro. And then we gotta remember what we talking about here. It's New York. New York's one of the largest media markets in the world. They'll take anything and screw it up and make it seem like it's something that it's not. But as far as everything else, everybody forget he comes from a winning program in the Ohio State University.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's not accustomed to losing. That's another thing. So it's like and one thing I want to sit there and tip my hat up to the offensive line. It finally came together.
They were great. They were great.
And I remember seeing comments before about Fashanu sucks, this and that. I don't know why would we draft him. And Fashanu been off the charts.
Yeah, he's been great.
He's been bowling. He's been playing real good. But see, everybody fails to realize that there's no such thing as a perfect prospect coming in and just being perfect all year round. It's impossible.
NYJ, can I say a few things? Am I going to?
Yeah, sure, bro.
Two things. One, I agree with everything you're saying. The offense, though, it's really not been our problem. Our problem is on the other side of the ball, which is the most disgusting defense I've seen since Gase. It's really bad.
No, for real. No,
I mean, it is so bad, it can't stop a nosebleed. It is so bad. They could run, they could pass. We have no pressure. But here's what I can't figure out.
Okay.
I talk to people who we watch the game together. I'll be there Sunday in the 15-degree cold, okay?
Way to go, Neil.
I'm going to see Aaron because understand something. You don't get to see a Hall of Fame quarterback too often wearing the green and white. We're not going to see that too often in our lifetime.
Appreciate it.
So you got to take advantage of it when you can. And anybody that is, says this guy's washed really doesn't know anything about football.
Exactly.
He's really not there yet. But what I'm disappointed with, and when I watch these games, I say to myself, why don't we blitz if we don't have the rotation and the guys that could rush the passer?
Right.
Why? And then when we do blitz, we get to the quarterback and he makes it, he throws the ball away or we get to him, but we only do it once in a while.
Exactly.
And then I look at guys like Wink Martindale when he was on the Giants. He
blitzing almost every
single down. Denver blitzes 60% of the time. And the bottom line is, if we blitz, if CJ and Sauce are even halfway decent, they could stay on a guy for 3 seconds.
Yeah,
blitz and put one-on-one coverage on. Blitz linebackers. You got Sherwood and Quincy are fast guys.
They are.
They can get to the quarterback. Rush them. What are you doing? And we sit back there in the zone. And they pick us apart, and I just want to pull the hair out of my head. And then when it's a when it's run time, right? When it's a running down, the linebackers are 6-7 yards off the line of scrimmage. There's no run blitzing. There's no pass blitzing. There's just like prevent defense we put on the field down after down, series after series. Is that what you guys are seeing, or is
Yeah.
No.
I would say this real
That's-
quick.
I'm seeing that.
The only thing I would add is that I think people would be cooler with this defensive line rotation where Quinnen and everybody's not playing all the time if they did what you said, Neil. It said when they got all their best guys out, they rushed straight up because they could get to the quarterback. And then when the other guys are in, blitz the hell out of them, overcompensate because obviously they're not as talented as Quinnen or Will McDonald or what have you. And then you'd be good, but they don't. Man, they're so stubborn.
It just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It's just like our defense is so vanilla and so predictable that I got to believe offensive coordinators are just laughing at it and going, "Oh, here's what they're going to do now." Because if I could see it and you could see it, how hard is it to diagnose? It's just ridiculous.
Exactly.
And that to me is the biggest disappointment and the biggest thing that makes me want to pull my whatever remaining hair I have out of my head is that I got to watch this defense week after week, series after series. And, the other thing that bothers me is because they rotate these guys in and out so often, okay, and that Quentin is only playing 60% of snaps, when you do want them to play more, these guys are winded. They're out of breath. They're out of shape. Because when you only playing 60% of the snaps and you're not doing anything all week in practice, they're not running these guys in practice all week. They're doing a walkthrough, look at the tape. I mean, I watched the interesting thing. One of the best things, sights and sounds of Bill Parcells. I got to tell you something.
Yeah, I watched that before. Yeah,
I see it like I got to see it like once every 3 months just to juice me up. And, the way he talks to the other coaches, he says, listen, when he used to go back from a game when you lost and put the headlights on and everybody went out in practice and started running. Okay. And then you see him in practices running guys, right? And then he says to one of the other coaches, today, the way the game is with this, we can't practice. We spend all this time looking at crap, looking at this, doing walkthroughs and everything. And these guys are all out of shape. Exactly. And on our team in particular, because other teams, good players, are playing 80% of the snaps. So they're in shape. Our guys are just out of shape because they're too many times they're rotated in and out of the game. And you see them by the fourth quarter, they're gasping. Their hands are on their hips. They're not, this is a problem, guys. I just think our defense is
let us down this year. No,
that's 95% of our problem. The offense has not been a problem. We're scoring at the point.
It's not. Yeah, and hold on, and to be, piggyback off that, I seen the guys say, Aaron Rodgers is not it. He lost it. Let's get rid of him.
Yeah, like Philly over here. Philly, you don't like Aaron Rodgers. You think we should move on.
I'll let you guys hold on. People fail to realize Aaron Rodgers gave us the lead against the Patriots. He gave us the lead against the Colts. He even got us in winning position against the Broncos.
There you go.
The Bills. So if you take them 4 games, that's a playoff team right there. And plus the kicking, that's a playoff team.
I'll say hey guys, just the kicking alone cost us 2 games.
Thank you.
Listen, I'm against Rodgers I said at full capacity pay rate. He's going to cut back.
He's not going to have full capacity. Philly, he's going to take a pay cut. He took a $35 million pay cut.
You think he's
going to say, oh, I want all my money. Oh, I want everything I have. Take the cut somewhere else? No, he doesn't give a shit about the money.
Because no one else is going to hire him. We're the only fit for him, period, in the story.
Matter.
So that's
Don't say
irrelevant.
nobody. Wait, Philly.
That's true. It's
up.
Irrelevant, man.
Don't tell me nobody else is going to hire him.
Who's going to hire him? The Raiders?
3 games. There's going to be plenty of teams out there that need a quarterback next year.
Yeah. Well,
stop.
No.
Hold on. I'll fight back with that real quick. Let me get the board. What was the ingredient that we said we were missing for this team at the beginning of the season? A quarterback. Okay, so right there, hold on. For what? According to half the pundits, this is a Super Bowl run for the Jets. This could happen. The Browns are not getting a Super Bowl run with Aaron. The Jaguars are not. The Raiders are not. The Giants are not. I can go through the list of teams that have no chance.
Well, don't say the Cleveland. Let me tell you something. The Cleveland Browns
Oh, no,
Okay,
stop
have a
it.
really
Stop.
good defense. They have a decent roster.
They do. They
and I'm going
do.
to tell you something. If they had Aaron Rodgers, they'd be a lot better. But we're not talking about those teams, Philly. How
They
about
got a
Minnesota?
broken Nick
Philly, how
Chubb.
about
They're
Minnesota?
done.
How about
Stop,
Minnesota, Philly?
Mm-hmm.
How about Minnesota?
Minnesota, Sam Darnold's better than Aaron Rodgers. Are you kidding me?
Wait.
Right now.
So this is what I would
Sam
add.
Darnold's playing better than Aaron Rodgers right now.
But if we're
Who's
being
better than
honest,
Aaron Rodgers?
Sam Darnold is playing better than Aaron Rodgers right now.
Oh, Sam Darnold's not going to be under. I'm saying if they
Yes,
get
he
rid
is.
of him,
Yeah,
I put money he's on their
going to
team.
be there next year.
They're going to
he
sign
might
him.
not be. He might not be.
McCarthy
Philly.
went through a second surgery. I guarantee he signed. Listen, hold on a second, real quick.
Hold on, wait. So wait, time out. So if Aaron Rodgers is on that Minnesota team, they're not a dangerous threat in NFL right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, but same thing with Sam Darnold, though. They are that with Sam Darnold. They don't need him. They don't need him. So that's not going to happen.
But listen, A-Rod is a much superior quarterback than Sam Darnold. He is.
Superior when? Back in the day, 4 years ago, sure. Yes, I would agree. Not now. No way. No way.
No, it's about now. Listen.
How are we saying Sam Darnold is not even near his competition level right now?
Do you watch the games, Philly? Do you watch the games?
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
Are you watching the games?
I'm at the games.
Okay, so when it was 2nd and 15 in fourth quarter, what did he do? He went down like Bambi. He went down like Bambi to a poor rush.
What game is that now? What game are you talking about?
2 games ago.
The Colts? You talk about that Colts game?
Two games ago.
Game?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Philly, that
Seattle?
game, he didn't play well, but just understand something. The games that he has
why
not
did he
played
get a
well.
pass?
Philly, hang on a second. The guy has played this year with a hamstring, a knee injury, and an ankle injury all at the same time.
Because he's 41. Next year's 42.
What the hell does that have to do with the age? Has nothing to do with it.
It has everything to do with the injuries.
No,
come on, stop it.
No, wait.
Go watch the documentary.
Stop it.
Wait,
I saw the
wait,
documentary.
Hold on, wait. No. A lot of that came from the offensive line. You gotta remember, Tyron Smith was supposed to be the guy to shield everything, and he's been getting abused.
If you watch highlights from the beginning of the season.
I've seen every game of the season, guys. I'm not saying I'm not watching.
If we would have started Olu Fashanu from the beginning, I think it could have been a different outcome. It could have been a different outcome.
Possibly.
It would have been different. It would have been a different outcome, bro. Because even when they had him in for the little short run, he actually did well. And I'm like, yo, just start him. Let him go through the bumps and bruises.
Before we let Ricky speak, one thing I gotta say. The problem, Philly, we had is this. If after the Denver game when he couldn't even walk, okay, he was limping.
Yeah.
If we had a coach that had some balls, they would have told him when he came out of that, he was about to go into the canopy and he ran back on the field. If that was Vrabel, he would have stopped him right there and said, go sit down. He would have put Tyrod Taylor out there.
Yeah.
He would have won that game possibly, play him the next game. And I'm telling you right now, Philly, if Rodgers was as healthy now as he is now, after in the game after the Philly game, I'm sorry, not the Philly game, but 2 or 3 games after Denver, he would have had much better statistics. Will you agree or disagree? Wait, agree or disagree?
No, I could agree. So I have the weird take is though, like what happens next year, right? So Hackett's not there. He's not going to be able to implement every play he wants. They've
been playing better.
What, you think that you think he's too dumb to read a playbook and learn a new offense? The guy's
no. I'm not saying that has nothing to do with that has nothing to do with that. It's him as a player. Yeah, you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But because Hackett came in with the deal of Aaron Rodgers and everything else, or whatever the case may be. But I think honestly, being that Downsman calling offense, you see the offense being much more productive. Daniel Hackett he's way too predictable, bro. Like I be saying it, like run coming right now. All right, Daniel Hackett. He ran the ball, I think, 2 straight times, and then threw on the obvious passes. Now, like, bro, mix it up. Throw little short screens. You see, I'm shocked that Downs never really called the offensive game before, like because he actually looks good calling plays.
All right, now I'm going to say what
Downing looked really good the first 2 weeks. Then he started getting more and more predictable. He started doing less of the screens. We do no jet screens. We do no tight end screens. We do no wide receiver screens. We, like you said, Philly, you mentioned Corley. You bring a guy like Corley, and let's face it, the problem with Corley, I've come to the conclusion, he's not grasping the offense or something's wrong with him mentally. and that's why he's
Rodgers-
not getting on the field.
Rodgers
But-
is like, I need guys I can trust. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, he's probably
That's the
running the
answer.
wrong pattern. He's doing a lot of stupid shit. But
So,
besides that,
a lot of that was going on too when Mike Williams was.
Mike
there,
Williams
too.
had the same problem.
Yeah,
But here's the
see,
thing.
he tells people like it is, and that's it. You're gone. You can't.
How hard would it be, right, to take a pony package, put Corley in the backfield like they do with Debo in San Francisco, line him up next to Brees, do a little toss out to him because he could get around the corner. The only time he's had the ball, he scored a touchdown.
So you mean
the ball
make him?
went outside and ran it in.
I think he's just
It
about
just-
the same
he
size
had
as
to blunder.
Jaden
He
Reed.
dropped the ball before the end zone. That's all. That pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
They should
All right,
treat
hold
Corley
on.
like Jaden Reed.
Hold on. I've been sitting here listening to this. Neil, calm down. Your blood pressure is going to go through the roof, and that cigar is probably not helping. Listen.
Said the guy who smokes 2 packs of cigarettes a day. But go ahead.
I'm down to half a pack.
Yeah, but guess
internet.
what? I don't inhale my
Internet.
cigars, Ricky. I have a lot less damage to my lungs than you do. But go ahead.
Now, Aaron Rodgers has not been perfect this season. However, he has looked better these last couple of weeks now that he's getting healthy.
Correct.
Now, did the kicker cost us some games? Yes.
Yeah, a couple.
Did some guys drop some passes and cost us games?
Yes.
Yes, they did. Did the defense give up points at the end of the games in crunch time?
Hell
Oh, God,
yeah.
yes.
The defense has been the biggest culprit, Ricky.
Sauce beat by a guy named Booty. In that
Sauce has been shit.
I mean,
New England Booty.
But
what was that? 4 passes in a row to Booty.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, he did. He caught 4 passes straight.
All of you guys are all football fans, right? So
Correct.
let me pose this question to you.
Perfect.
When you have, say, either a rookie or maybe even a backup that comes in and immediately right off the bat, they have some success, but they can't sustain it. It doesn't last. Why is that? Because other teams don't have any film on them. They haven't seen them.
Can't study.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
so
you're right.
much. I don't know so much that this defense has. I mean, there's been some bad plays, but I think
It's been horrible play for them.
I think we've run this same defense out there several seasons in a row. There's plenty of tape on it. And when I'm out of market, so I don't get to go to the game. But I'll tell you what, sitting and watching the games on TV, I hear it over and over. The commentators saying, he's finding the open spot in the Jets zone and and taking advantage of it. You know what? The fact that we've all talked about Sauce doesn't travel, blah blah blah. Well, Sauce is his own corner, man. Like I think that this Jets defense is.
Oh no, his internet was on fire.
People know we're gonna line up in zone all the time. They're gonna find the holes in the zone and they're gonna take advantage of it. And
listen, we already said it. If they play man and blitz and they do that 70% of the time, they're going to give up a lot less points. That's just my feeling.
That's why I hopped on the call, is to clearly speak about real quick the blitz, and then I'll hop off because I'm at work. But when it comes to the blitz, the issue with our blitz is we are so vulnerable. We're like top half. I looked at the stats a few weeks ago. We're top half in allowance of tight end completion percentage. We have been ripped for tight end for the past 8 years. I guarantee you they released Tyler Higbee out of the IR so he can whoop our ass because we're going to blitz with Michael Clemens and broken Hassan Reddick because he's mentally gone, and we're not going to get nothing at home. Stafford's going to be clean in that pocket with that half of makeshift offensive line, and they're going to dump the ball over to Tyler Higbee for half the game and Puka Nacua for slant routes. And we're going to be like,
let me just say this to you. I did a little homework here. Do you know that the Rams have not played a game under 60 degrees all season long? Okay, number one. Number two, the last time they played in cold weather was last December against the Giants. I watched that game. Tyrod Taylor torched them. Wait a minute. Don't be doing this because the Giants lost the game because they missed a field goal, okay? They were in position to win the game. And I'm going to tell you something. Tyrod Taylor bitch slapped them all over the field, and Matthew Stafford did not look good in the cold.
So you're saying Tyrod
cold
next
weather
year?
Quarterback. He played at Detroit, don't forget, indoors. And he's 30. And guess what? You want to say he's old? I will say this to you: Stafford is still in good shape. He moves around the pocket well. All right, but if you hit him a few times, he's going to feel it, and he's going to start looking to get rid of the ball quickly. I mean, the name of the game. Look, the thing with these quarterbacks is, guys, it's all how you're only as good as your offensive line. It's the bottom line. I mean, if you protect Aaron Rodgers and he could sit in the pocket and count to 3, he's going to torch you all day long. Okay. Same thing with Sam. Look, Sam Darnold is having success this year because nobody's touching him.
Well, he lost his whole. He lost the tackle, bro. Midway through the season.
I get it, but you know what? Yeah. When you get pressure on Darnold, I will say this to you: Darnold has gotten better.
He'll throw that ball away.
But he moves off the pocket now.
Still holds on to the ball. When you get pressure on him, we put a pressure on him in that game. He started doing Sam Darnold type things. Okay, I wouldn't say Sam Darnold is not going to get you a Lombardi, Philly. Not
hold on, wait.
But who threw that pick six in that game?
I remember in that game when we got pressure on I think it was like 2 days in the red zone, and he just threw the ball in the air. Sauce Gardner had a chance to make a game-changing play and drop the pick. He threw the ball right to Sauce. So it's true. If you pressure him, he'll do whatever. He'll throw the ball to the opposing team. He's
Philly,
good for
let me just say this to you: Aaron Rodgers has 1 interception in the last 4 games. Everybody's in the chat talking about Jameis Winston. Okay, this guy throws 4 picks in a quarter. Okay, bottom line is we have a quarterback that doesn't turn the ball over. Okay, that. Again, when he's healthy, he's going to move around the pocket. You'll see. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to play really, really good football. If we lose any of these last 3 games, it's not going to be because of him. It's going to be because our defense sucks, like it's been
honestly,
whole season.
Honestly, if our Divas could have slammed the door and we had a kicker early in the year, we would be a much different team. There's been a much different team. But then not only that though, we can't take away from the fact that we have no run game. Our run game really has to come to life. And now that Aaron Rodgers got to take advantage of the little 4-yard runs. It adds up. I'll take the little 4-yard run, slide, whatever, get back on the ball, and let's make
Shout out to Dino, new member to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Nice. Thanks. No, continue.
As far as the run goes, you got to realize one thing. When you never do a jet sweep, right? And every 80% of our runs, they're all draw plays and they're all off tackle right side. They also goddamn predictable. Yeah. If you went to the outside and do some jet sweeps, the defensive line would expand a little bit and allow our offensive linemen to open holes. They condense. When it's a running play, you'll notice that the defensive line condenses and the linebackers come in and it just closes the hole right up. Because we do the same shit every single time we run the ball.
You said we need
a new outside. That's what you just said. Ever see us go outside? Ever.
Wait, hold on, real quick, everybody. Boy Green, what do you think about this?
The one thing I will say all the way at the beginning on this Sam Darnold thing, because where else can he go? Because that was kind of the start of everything. Philly's point is Aaron has nowhere else to go. Is his point. I'm not saying whether I agree or disagree, but his point is Aaron has nowhere else to go. So of course he has to take a pay cut, or if he wants to play football, because if not, hit the retirement home, buddy boy. So that's Philly's point. I would say, because Neil brought up Minnesota, because this is the interesting part. Philly says, Sam Darnold's staying in Minnesota because J.J. McCarthy had the second surgery. I'm curious because the Vikings use a top 10 pick on J.J. McCarthy. Do they say, well, Sam Darnold's going to want to go elsewhere to a team where there's no first-round quarterback? He's just the guy and signed some crazy long contract. Because for Minnesota, I would assume if they got Sam Darnold back, they'd want him on a 2-year deal for insert amount of money so they can ride Sam Darnold out for as much as he is and then hopefully eventually pass it off to J.J. McCarthy. But if I'm Sam, Sam, fuck that. Like, while the coaching's great and I know that I'm good with Kevin O'Connell, I could get a much longer term deal with a lot more money from some other boob franchise, which will come down to the point that we talked about earlier. Someone called in about the Garrett Wilson thing. Does he just want to make as much money as humanly possible? If that's true, maybe Minnesota is not the answer. If he wants to win, he's like, shit, I'm a 12-win quarterback right now in Minnesota. I still got a few more games to go. Maybe he decides that's the best answer. That, to me, will be curious, because if Sam does leave, I think Aaron to Minnesota could make sense if the Jets gave up on him or he didn't want to play or what have you.
And I'm going to tell you something. Sam Darnold is – think about this, guys.
Okay.
I'll give you a team right now, Sam Darnold.
He hates Sam Darnold.
New York
Right.
Giants, Sam Darnold's got Sam
That would be
Darnold's
funny.
all
That'd
over
be
it.
funny if they did
Because
that.
they need a quarterback bad. They'll
Yeah.
pay him the money. They'll give him a
They'll
long-term
draft him.
deal. They did it with Daniel Jones. They'll do it with him.
That'd
And
be
I-
funny.
Drafted 1 and 2. No, that's not.
What's that, Philly?
Oh, that's
They're
true.
drafting-
Yeah, right.
they're
They're going to
drafting
pick
the
their own
starter.
quarterback, to his
They're
point.
drafting
Yeah,
the
Philly
starter.
Noodles. Right. They,
Oh, that's right. They might have the first.
so, yeah. So they not. But that would be funny, Neil, because, like, have Sam Darnold come back to
There's a lot of
MetLife.
teams out there. There's a
Yeah.
lot of teams out there that'll sign and make Sam Darnold number one. Okay. I mean, when you really think about it. Cleveland. I mean, there's a ton of teams that could use a number one quarterback. Ricky,
Cleveland's not doing it. They just said they're
Ricky,
stuck
let's
with
hear from
Deshaun.
you, Ricky.
Yeah, that contract.
They might eat it. They might eat it to move on from Deshaun. But go ahead, Ricky.
Hey,
You've
if
been
they were
trying to
smart,
say
they
something.
should. Yeah.
There he
Ricky,
is.
Ricky,
Yeah,
what do you got?
I think that, you know, our both offense and defense is predictable. I think that's one of our biggest problems. And I'm going to tell you right now, with you know, yes, Sauce did have an interception, but how many has he had right in his hands and he's dropped them?
Ricky,
you know, not to mention
Ricky,
the
I'll make a
lackluster
point. I
tackling.
made a point on Jake's show that he's not even the 10th best cornerback in the league right now. There's 9 cornerbacks that are better than him right now. He's
Adios,
trash.
guys.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir.
He's still a decent corner, but he's not Revis. He's not that.
Revis?
And
Don't even put Revis's name in the same fucking building as him.
No, for real. No, I said
Oh
that.
my
I'm
God,
going
Ricky.
to
wanna
tell
hear
you
that
right
ever.
now.
He's an
As
overhyped
we've gotten,
bullshit diva.
As we've gotten into people talking about mock drafts and this and that because our season has gone to crap, I'll tell you right now, ignore all the Mason Grahams and the this and the that you might hear. With both,
I've seen that on a lot
with
of my
both
drafts. I
DJ
see Mason
Reed
Graham, I see Will
and Brandon Eccles leaving, if we draft anybody besides Will Johnson and Will Johnson is still on the board, we're fucking idiots, because
There you go.
he's like Patrick Surtain. You know,
Will
guys,
Johnson is a stud. Will Johnson
Yeah.
is a stud.
dude,
Yeah,
he's
he
a
is.
stud.
He's a stud.
A
He
willing
does it all.
tackler, great
he-
ball
he-
skills, and
yes,
he can
yes.
play, man. And there's nothing to say.
Does he have
There's
6'6"
nothing to
shoulders
say
like,
that our
like Sauce? Is your shoulders this big, or he's got big shoulders?
no, he's got some.
No,
there's some
he's
meat
big.
on
No,
the
no,
bone.
no, no,
My
no.
There's some
shoulders
meat
are
on the
broader
bone
than
with
Sauce's.
Will
this.
Johnson's a big dude. He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a
He's a
good
big
sized
dude.
dude.
All right, let's say
And,
hello to 2 new people here. So, Hap,
dude.
good to see you, buddy.
Good. All I have to do is quote Groucho Marx. Whatever it is, I'm against it. That's all I gotta say.
I love that.
Look who's
Thanks,
on the
Hap.
phone.
Hey, look, we got
Bijan.
yeah, we're your favorite fantasy football running back. What's up, Bijan?
Who else? I saw in the recent mock draft, I saw Abdul Carter, I saw Will Johnson, Mason
Yeah,
Green.
there's a lot of guys.
But I feel if we go Abdul Carter's like I love Jermaine Johnson. I think we should give him a chance to bounce back from that injury.
That would be nice too if we could. That could be nice. Yeah, go ahead, Bijan. What's up? Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, I was hearing the stuff about Rodgers. I'm kind of in like 2 schools of thought about it, where it's like, yeah, he's playing better, and you can see that he's starting to get healthy, moving around, rushing. I'm just a little bit concerned about his need for a very simplified offense, almost without a scheme. And I wonder if that's contributing to Breece's frustration, that free 20. Garrett's frustration, which also could be coupled with the fact that, he's not the number one. He's like 1B2 now. So, I worry about that and, how he's going to brush up with a head coach that might say, hey, we're going to run an actual scheme. He supposedly didn't like LaFleur's scheme, which was weird because he had 2 MVP years with him. So I'm just a little concerned about the personality and, not any of the other stuff, just his willingness to just not have a scheme, and wondering why there's so much unhappiness with our 2 star young players. So, but
because we're losing.
They're unhappy because they're losing. They're not used to losing, Bijan. It's
absolutely.
So we just need to get the hires right. 100%. That's how I feel. It's I will be honest, Bijan. We've gotten so many draft picks wrong over the years that have just sucked. And okay, you draft a guy and they suck. The most demoralizing thing has been getting the picks right, and we're still messing it up. For these young guys to say, man, this shit stinks in here. And the fact that they would even consider potentially leaving hurts, because getting the pick right is one of the hardest things you could do. And then you do that, and now the rest of it you're fucking up. That's the part that the Jets, that's why it's so desperately important to get these hires right coming up and again, even though there's been all this shit, look at Detroit. They were shitty forever. And then all of a sudden, they were able to finally turn it around. So they're the Chiefs. Okay, with Patrick Mahomes, they had not won a Super Bowl in 50 years. They joined our party with all the 50-year drought of a bunch of bullshit, and finally they broke it. And now they're going on this crazy shit with Mahomes. It can be turned around. It just has to get the right hires.
Absolutely. We just need the right leadership.
Correct.
And, with the Rodgers thing, you might be in 2 schools of thought, Bijan, but I'm going to give you one school of thought. There ain't no other options out there that are worth a damn, and we got more holes than just that to fill. And if he's willing to take a pay cut, you do what's
and be willing to mentor a young quarterback too, all of it. Yeah.
Yes.
Guys, I can't believe what I'm hearing. I cannot believe that people are thinking that Aaron Rodgers is a hole at quarterback. I mean, that's mind-boggling me, Ricky. Have you been watching the Jets the last 15 years? Our quarterback play, how much it's effing.
Listen, I'm not one of those people. I'm talking to these guys.
Ricky is saying it's pro Rodgers. He is like, hey man, he's willing to take a pay cut and mentor your quarterback. He's back.
I absolutely am. You do what's in the best interest of the organization, and he's it. There aren't any other options. Especially
the one thing you guys got to realize is this: Aaron Rodgers is a polarizing guy. Half the media hates him because he's an anti-vaxxer. The guy is, been bullied around by the media. He's trash talked. He's shit talked. Everybody says he's got everything they say about him is the exact opposite. He has no ego. He's a nice teammate. Everybody loves him.
That's Aaron Rodgers! Aaron Rodgers! Aaron Rodgers! Let's go! The place is electric! That's Aaron Rodgers!
Let's fucking go!
That's Aaron Rodgers! Rodgers!
That's Aaron Rodgers. Good Lord have mercy. Yes, there's a lot that's said about Aaron Rodgers, and there's 3 games left to go. I desperately actually have to drop off this paperwork for my daughter to school, but I love that we're able to do the Brady Bunch. That one's awesome with everybody on screen, and we'll try to do that even more. So thank you, everybody, for all the passion that's coming up here. So I got to make a quick dip before I head over to the radio station. But thank you, everybody, for your passion, for your comments, and for your insights. Wonderful. We'll be back on. I'll be on with Jake Asman at 4 o'clock, so you guys can all call in then. Feel free to do so. Thanks, everybody. That was crazy. And make sure you like the video, you hit subscribe, and of course, if you are in the gifting mood, gift those Boy Green Coffee Club memberships, baby. We appreciate it. God bless. We'll see you next time.